Blog Talk Radio.
All right, what up, Big Blue Nation? This is the Shakedown, the show for the fans, by the fans. I'm your host, Shakes. I got my co-host with me, JROC.
All right, what's up, Shakes?
Ain't nothing. What's good, my nigga?
Chill.
Well, you know, Rhodey ain't with us today neither, but, you know, shout out to Rhodey. Hopefully soon we'll talk to him. But I have a lot I didn't get to elaborate on today. Today was a big show on BBK because of one person, and we call her the Whisperer. We call her Ann from D.C. If you listening now, call in. Please, call in. I got some words for you, too. Listen.
You talking about
actually,
Ann?
Yeah, Ann. I want her to call in.
I want Ann to call in, and I want that guy who was at the end who was telling Giants fans what they should do. That dude he had me pissed, yo.
I don't even think I got to hear that. I don't even think I got that far into the show.
If you didn't hear that, this dude was like, oh, stop, y'all Giants fans need to stop being crybabies. I need to stop doing this, stop doing that. I'm like, who are you to tell us? Yo, everybody's a fan. Everybody has an opinion, either bad or good. You don't have to agree with everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to get on the phone where people call in to voice their opinion and tell them to stop voicing their opinion, it's kind of stupid. Stop listening then. If you're tired of people saying, oh, Giants this, Giants, stop listening. Go ahead and wait for the season to begin and stop listening to the show. I don't understand why he called it to tell people that.
I mean, that's the whole point of that show is for fans to interact and have a voice. You know, even a person like Ann who says the most craziest and ridiculous things sometimes, even her, you know, is welcome on that show because she's voicing her opinion. And you know, and I kind of agree with her on that part that, you know, we are the customers. We are the fans, you know. So, you know, I don't agree with her where she say, well, you know, I'm a paying customer. You got to treat me right. Because BBK, they don't pay you nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't pay you nothing and none of that. And they don't have nothing to do with the Giants. I mean, they work for the Giants, but at the same time, it's two separate things. So for you to be like, oh, I'm a paying customer, you're not paying, BBK not paying you anything, okay? So, yeah, you can voice your opinion, and that's what that show is for. But back to her, man, with her craziness that she talked about. Like,
it's crazy.
I know she said she wanted Troy Nicholas in the second round, and she's very big on, you know, JR, Reese's decisions, and we are too. We had a whole show yesterday. But just the overall stuff that she says is just wild. Like, I can't remember certain things that she said that I'm like, what? What is she talking about? I wish I can hear it right now.
It was crazy, man. Yo, 929-477-2686. That's the number to call in if Ann is out there listening. 929-477-2686.
Please call in. My man cut her off and everything. I want to have a conversation with her. I want to have a conversation with her and really just shoot the shit with her and just try to pick her mind because I don't understand a lot of things that she says, but some things I kind of agree with. But one thing that she said that I didn't agree with, she was like, you know, she's not high on the draft. She gives it an F. You know, she don't like the Williams pick. You know, and I understand he has brick hands. He does. But last I checked, he's called a running back.
Exactly.
Not a wide receiver, not a tight end, but a running back. And a bruising running back.
He's a power back on top, baby.
Exactly. Brandon Jacobs didn't have hands, and he was very successful for us.
Yep.
Okay? So, I can name a few guys that don't have no hands at running back, but they're successful because they run the rock, and they run it hard. And this kid Williams, he's going to run the rock, and he's going to run it hard. No homo. So, and then she's getting on midget receivers. Now, I like the big receivers myself, especially for a number one receiver. You know, that's why I was so big on Evans. But at the same time, I'm not pooping on these midget, as she calls them, midget wide receivers, because, for example, Odell Beckham Jr., he's a blazer. I mean, and he runs route. So you get a guy that runs a 4.3, right? Just burning people, blowing past people, and he also knows how to run routes. That's a beast right there. So for you to be down on a midget, as you call them, midget wide receivers, it boggles me. It boggles my mind. I just don't understand your logic in that, shorty. Like, I really don't understand that, you know, we needed playmakers at wide receiver. We needed a tight end, and I'm with you. They dropped the ball like they usually do. Drop the ball on getting a tight end where we want to score points. That was the main thing she said, right? Want to score points. You're damn right. You're damn right. We do want to score points. We do.
But we got a playmaker in Beckham Jr. I feel, in my opinion, I feel we got a playmaker in him.
He's a playmaker. I mean, it's so much upside with Beckham. So much upside that you looking at him at a 5'11" receiver is like, that's minute. That's a minute problem. That's a minute problem. We don't even. Look at Steve Smith from Carolina. Right, exactly. And he was a number one guy over there. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't agree with. I think he's a perfect number two. If he had somebody that was a number one receiver with him in Carolina all these years, his numbers would be off the roof. Off the roof. But since he had to do everything on his own, his numbers are where it's at. And I think he should be a Hall of Famer. You ask me?
Steve Smith?
Yeah, Steve Smith.
Yeah, well, he was doing it by himself all them years in Carolina.
Exactly.
He was the offensive weapon. He was the offensive weapon over there.
Mind you, they didn't get a franchise quarterback kill Cam Newton. Let me throw that out there. Let me throw that out there. So he did all of this with no quarterback. Well, matter of fact, I can't even say no quarterback, but their quarterback situation is like our tight end situation. They don't care. They just whoever can do the job. If you can step up, you're fine. That's how we deal with our tight ends. That's how they dealt with their quarterback before they got a franchise quarterback. So he's been doing it on his own, people. And he's 5'11". And those midget wide receivers that you call them can be X-factor players. And Beckham will be an X-factor player. in this league, especially with Eli throwing to him, and if Eli got the time. Dang, it seemed like this whole show is me responding to Ann, but she was defending she was defending Eli against Steve. She was defending, and that's why she went at Steve, and she was like, you know, I kind of understand what she mean by that. I mean, we do, like, me and Steve had this conversation plenty of times on Twitter, like, the way that, you know, he knocks on Eli, he's very hard on him, and he even knows that. But at the same time, you ask Steve, man, if there's a quarterback that who else he wants, you know, what other quarterback do you want? He don't want nobody else. Eli is the man. He just like he should, though, he's concerned about these turnovers and these high balls that he throws. Yo, he kept saying that, yo. Oh, man, that was hilarious. He just kept saying that. High balls.
The high balls.
He just keeps throwing them high balls.
But she was going back and forth with it, though. She would say she don't believe in paying quarterbacks $20 million a year. But then she's defending Eli. I mean, which one is it?
Right.
Either you defend him or you don't believe he should get paid that much.
Well, you know what? I'll defend her on that one because I feel the same way. And the reason why I feel the same way is because I don't believe that any quarterback should be getting paid $20 million a year. That's just too much. And it cripples your team. It really does. It cripples what you want to do. Ask Flacco on the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They gave Flacco the $100 million contract, and they had to trade Bowden. Had to. They couldn't keep him. They wanted to, but they couldn't. They still mad to this day. Fans over here are still mad talking about Bowden. Well, now they have because they got.
You know what? Some quarterbacks are more deserving of it than others. There's a lot of quarterbacks who are making $20 million who don't deserve it, man. Just because they come off a Super Bowl win, the GMs are quick to give them $20 million to lock them up. I'm like, I don't know.
I just think that's just too much. It's just like paying a cornerback $16 million a season. That's just too much. You don't need that much money, and especially, why would you take all that money from your team where though you're not going to have no help to even try to win a championship? I mean, isn't that what y'all play for? I know y'all play for the money and y'all play to get rich, but are you not rich still getting paid $8 million a season? You know, I mean, are you not rich still getting paid $8 million a season? You don't have to make $16 million. $8 million, you're still rich.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing about it is I don't think nobody should be paid that much money. No player is worth that much money. No. I wouldn't even pay Brady that much money if I had to. If there was an option that says, well, you know, you want Tom Brady, you got to pay $20 million. If I can get a quarterback for $8 million that's just as good, I will do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think that $20 million is, you know, anybody's worth that. But with that said, every other quarterback in his peer group, saying that Eli is a top 10 quarterback, in his peer group, they all making that much money. So he needs to make that much money to you know, validate.
You believe Eli's a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah. If you give, and he's proven it. If you give him time.
Is he number 10? Is he at the bottom? Is he top 5?
Before last season, I would say I did say he was before last season.
Okay.
I got on BBK and said that he was a top 5 quarterback, and I named them all. And I think I actually had Romo number 10. I forget, but after this season, just looking at him with his overall work, I still believe that he's a top 10 quarterback, but I don't think that he's a top 5. And
don't you think if you're paying him $20 million a year, shouldn't he be a top 5 quarterback? If you're paying him that much, he should, right? I mean, there's other quarterbacks that in the top 10 who are not making that much.
My thing about that is because I would say this, that the guys like that's ahead of him,
yeah,
you know, he's not too far off. You know what I'm saying? Like his brother, you know, he's not too far off from his brother. He's not too far off from Brady. He's not too far off from Breeze. And
but when you say not too far off, what do you mean? Like in the style of play? As
a quarterback. I mean, as a quarterback, you know, as a guy that would lead your team. I'm going to put it for example like this, okay? If you throw Eli Manning on the New England Patriots, how many rings do you think New England would have had? Probably 1 or 2 more than Brady gave him, in my opinion.
Think so?
Yeah, because Eli is more clutch. Eli is clutch. He loves the pressure. He loves it. He loves that, you know, if you give him that 2-minute drive to win the game,
yeah,
that's the quarterback you want. You don't want Brady doing it. You don't want Breeze doing it.
Let's bring the call and see what their opinion is on this.
All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, caller, you on a Shakedown. What's your name and number?
Hey, what's going on? It's Jermaine in Richmond. Inshallah one on Twitter. What's going on,
man?
Shake?
What's up, man?
What's up, JROC? Nothing much, man. I just popped in, and I was trying to listen to the show from this morning, but I caught y'all in on a good subject. I mean, I think, truthfully, Eli could be a top 5 quarterback. That's exactly why I'm glad that Kevin Gilbride is gone, because he never would have got that recognition with Kevin Gilbride still there because of the system that we ran. That long ball shot, you know, all the time with the high 50, you know, low 60 completion percentage. I think with McAdoo coming in and easing things up and shoring things up, he's going to have a higher, you know, as far as completion percentage and stuff like that, man. And I think he'll get the recognition, but he's going to have to do it for about 3 or 4 years straight.
Yeah. All right, prediction on that then. What you think his completion rating will be at?
This year coming up, I think it's all depending on how much input McAdoo had. Well, not saying, I ain't gonna say input. How much control he has over the offense from what he wants to do and what, you know, Coughlin still wants to do. I know Coughlin wants to still, you know, throw the ball downfield, which I don't have any problem. I don't want to be a dink and dunk, but I mean, by far, I've seen Green Bay. They've never been a dink and dunk team. They're more of a hybrid West Coast offense where they're gonna throw the ball down the field, but that's why you always see Aaron Rodgers with, you know, 65, almost 68, almost 70% completion percentage because, you know, they get the ball out of his hands real quick to backs or receivers and stuff like that. I mean, look at the numbers that Randall Cobb put up. You know, and then you got to look at it. They had all those injuries last year, and they had nobodies come in and still pick the offense up like they didn't miss a beat. Even with a third-string quarterback in, they still were competitive.
Exactly, because it was a simple offense to understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of teams. They have a good system, and it doesn't matter who comes in. They still can run. Look at New England when Brady was hurt and Castle came in. I mean, he's been a bum everywhere he's gone except for that year in New England.
Yep.
Because of that system was so good.
Yep. That short intermediate passes. It's not necessarily like, screens or anything, but give him a 7-yard, hitching it over across the middle. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Instead of just, we're going draw, play action, throw down the field. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know, just, man, I mean, every now and then Kevin Gilbert will pull a good game plan out of his hat when we play Philly or something like that. And then we come back the next week, man, and he be like, what the hell is he doing?
Right.
It killed me last year, man. I mean, I forgot who we were playing, but it was like 3rd and 6, and he threw a 20-yard pass down the field.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It's been so many times where I had to yell at the TV because of Gilbreth's play.
Man, my kids laugh at me all day Sunday because I'm in here yelling at the TV. It's the same stuff every Sunday. I mean, it got to the point last year, man. I mean, one of my partners that live over here where I live at, he didn't even want to watch the games no more. He didn't even want to watch the games no more. I'd already paid for the season ticket, so I was stuck with it.
Yeah, I was the same way, man. The second quarter, I was turning off the TV, going outside.
Yeah. It was horrible. I mean, the way I looked at it, I didn't think we were going to win a game until we probably played Oakland. That's the way it was looking until we lucked up. We lucked up and played Minnesota, and they put Josh Freeman in there, who didn't even know the offense.
Yeah, they kind of gave us that game.
Yeah,
there was a lot of games that was just given to us.
Yeah, that was a gimme. I mean, really, if we'd have played who we were supposed to play in some of those games, I mean, man, we would have been coming out. We probably would have been picking number 5 or better in the draft.
Exactly. Yeah, we could have had Epic.
we could have had Clowney.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right.
Yeah, no, I mean, shit, if you number 4, if you can't find a way to trade up to get that type of player, man, come on, Jerry Reese.
Yeah, he did it before. Getting Eli Manning. Well, he didn't do it. Of course he did.
Yeah, that was Ernie Accorsi. I don't know what Jerry Reese just like to stay put and use every single draft pick. And even though most of them don't even make the team that year, then the following year you lose 2 or 3 more.
Thanks for calling in, man. You done said the shit I needed to hear, man.
Yeah, man. I wish I'd have caught yesterday's show, man. I don't know, man. I'll be in here getting ready for work and stuff this time, man. So then sometimes I can't even pick the show up, when it's on.
Sure.
Well, good. Thanks for listening, man.
Thanks for calling.
Real soon.
All right, man. Yeah, I'll be getting with you on Twitter or something, Shakes. I'll be on there sporadically, man. When I'm at work or something, I might see a good topic. I'll jump on there real quick or something.
No doubt, y'all. I'll let you on there, man.
All right, man.
All right.
One.
But, yeah, he hit it on the nose, man. He hit it right on the nose. Just tired, man. What was the last statement that he said about it?
About what?
What he was just talking about?
He's basically talking about the offense is going to be a lot easier to learn, man, with McAdoo than it was with...
It should be. But it was a point that he had just last brought up that I wanted to speak on, but I just forgot about what he had said. I'll address it later, I guess. But, yeah, man, great call, man, because he hit it right on the nose. Right on the nose.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy to me that Jerry Reese is so stubborn. He's so set in his ways. Like, it's like, I don't cover linebackers and I don't cover tight ends and I'm not going to sign none and I'm not going to draft none because they're not important. But every year we mediocre, though. I mean, if you see something that just don't work, why not switch it up? That's all I'm saying. You wanted to say something else on it?
No, I mean, we I mean, we wouldn't have been in the situation we was in last year if he had got, some good players, like some good backups anyway. Like the offensive line. Like you knew your starters, your center and your guard were hurt. But yet you didn't even go on free agencies to get anybody. You just like, well, we got backups, so they should do until our starters come back. And you see how that backfired in his face. You know what I'm saying? Andre Brown goes down again with a broken leg, and your only running back now is David Wilson. And I wasn't too high on David Wilson when he was coming out of college. And I was like, this guy, he gets, if the first hit and he's down, like this guy can,
he fumbles
he's going to be able to run through, is he going to be able to run between the tackles, This guy looks like more of a speed guy to run on the outside. So I'm like, and then we saw how he was. He couldn't run in the inside because he was too light in the frame, man. So he couldn't take that punishment inside. So,
and
like, that's why they had to bring in.
His main knock was that he fumbled a lot,
Exactly.
And
his first carry in the NFL, he fumbled. First carry,
and that's
fumbled.
my thing. Like, they were so big on Tiki fumbling, but he produced. Even when he did fumbles, most of the time he didn't lose it. And then when he did lose it, when he got the rock again, he made the defenses pay.
Yeah.
But then again, you also got to think he also got a shot to make the defenses pay. Wilson ain't even get a shot. As soon as he fumbled, get up out of there.
Exactly. Call for like, get your rookie ass on the bench. It's crazy,
It's crazy. Yeah, it really is. And you know what? And then what makes it so bad is a pick before us, Doug Martin gets picked, which they said was our number one guy that we was looking at. And once again, that's your guy that you're looking at.
Exactly.
Right? That's your guy that you're looking at, but you settle for Wilson, the second best, or whatever that you say, instead of going and get your guy that was picked one pick ahead of you. Just one. That's what I'm talking about with the aggressiveness that he lacks in drafting.
But you know what happened with that pick, right? Tampa Bay said, he's still on the board, and they crept up from behind, and it's like, we taking him. And took him right in front of the Giants. And Giants just stood there and said, well, David Wilson was our guy anyway. No, he wasn't. You know you wanted Doug Martin. Everybody knows they wanted Doug Martin.
But they felt we can stay pat and either end up with Martin or Wilson as a consolation prize. And I'm tired of that. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of that. If you want your guy, go get him. This is what we just did this year. Obviously, we wanted Evans. Obviously, we wanted Mike Evans. If Mike Evans would have fell to number 12, please believe he will be in a Giant jersey right now. But instead, we stay pat, and now we got Odell Beckham Jr. We got to deal with this.
What's your last thoughts before we wrap it up?
My last thoughts is this, man. I hope that this is your last shot, JR. I hope that if you are not successful, Reese, I hope that it's a new regime coming in. I want new bodies. I want new faces. I sound like Ann right now, but I don't care. Okay? I want a new GM. I want a new head coach. I want a new defensive coordinator, and I want a new offensive coordinator. If it don't work out this season, this is a make-or-break season for me, in my opinion. I want everybody going. If we have another season like last year, let's clean house.